We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another scene set in the Chronicles of Darkness Vampire Requiem, a Requiem for London, in a very upbeat intro for a very dark and depressing venue. Tonight, as the moon looks over London once more, Benjamin Smith, otherwise known as Benji to his friends, has taken it upon himself to finish the work of the Carthians prior to the war. Hackett, a local Invictus, had been manufacturing a strange drug known as violet. Based off of some strange blood alchemy that was used to manipulate those who took it, not just via the means of manipulating those who are conventionally addicted, also due to the drug's more insidious properties of rendering those vulnerable to kindred manipulation if they took it. So, Benji, you have managed to acquire information via the cacophony of at least two of Hackett's havens. You know that he kept a mobile haven, at least that's what the rumor was. But you're not sure where that one is. You do, however, know that he had a haven around the area known as Limehouse, which makes sense looking back on it, as you had also recovered through the cacophony that Hackett ran an organization, a local gang called the Limehouse Syndicate. So that would be your first destination.
Yep. Ben will just be in Obfuscate 2, just very much like nobody can fucking see me. This ain't happening.
So, you enter Obfuscate. Lighthouse is quite a ways away. In fact, it's right in the middle of the domain, really. Quite far out of the way of any Carthian territory, that's for sure. So I assume you take a metro ride or an underground?
Take a tram.
Tram.
Yeah.
There are trams in London.
Tram for Chris. If I can look up my... It doesn't 9% away.
Yeah, Limehouse is just to the northwest of the Canary Wharf.
Yep. Huh? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to get my... Sorry. Continue. I'll be...
Okay. When you make your way over to Limehouse, after taking a fairly short underground ride, you find it to be You find that it's a regenerated dockland area where the warehouses have been converted into upper scale apartment high rises with a few upper class restaurants nearby.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bridge that runs across the basin where many of the boats are docked, where the overground train runs through. And there is a small river that leads the basin into the River Thames.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know that Hackett rested in one of the high-rises. He was an Invictus Venture after all. He may have looked grimy as all hell, but he had standards for his haven, it so seemed. The issue, of course, is getting in.
Yeah.
You'll need some sort of. Well, you'll either need the keys to just get in through the door, or you'll need to break the electronic lock to get into the complex proper.
Could I roll in wits investigation to kind of look around for a key, or try to parse out where I could find one?
Just gonna give this to you for free. There is no key in the immediate vicinity.
Oh, fantastic.
There is no key hiding under a pot waiting for you to take it, unfortunately.
Some people just keep key, whatever. No, what we'll do then is Ben will. You can try to pick the lock.
As an aside, Alley Cat wants to join you, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Ben would let Alley Cat join.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If you were gonna be let Hartwell join, I'd be like, no. What?
Nobody likes old Hartwell.
Except.
It just reminds me of the initial, the first song in the Muppets Christmas Carol. Song about Mr. Scrooge.
Yeah.
There was Mr. Grim.
Yeah. I mean, it's an electronic lock, right? It's time for that one dot of computers to come in handy. Oh boy.
So, you want to break into the electronic lock. It's just you just put in the passcode, so there's not exactly a lot to break into here.
Oh, so then would there be some sort of role for me to be being able to run my head through some passwords to just be able to get in with relative ease?
Not really. You could try and disassemble it, but that has its own risks, and you need tools for that.
All right.
So, I think Alley Cat may have another proposition for you. Alley Cat, poor Benji has been stopped at the first hurdle, the door.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The enemy to all kindred. It's kind of hilarious how true this has been across every game we've played in.
Hey.
So, yes, well, it makes sense. You want to keep the masquerade, you don't want to draw attention. So, Alika, you've been invited along by Benji.
Oh, okay.
I
feel so special
he's
now.
currently investigating the door into the apartment complex of Hackett's Haven, or at least the one he has in Lighthouse. Unfortunately, Ben doesn't really have a point of reference to guess the password. So he doesn't have a ton of options. His best option was really to just attempt to disassemble the electronic lock that is running the passcode and do it in such a way that it doesn't trip the alarm. Because these things are usually safeguarded against like unauthorized disassembly, so you can't just punch it. You can't pull a super villain on it and just punch it out and have it open.
Rude.
As it turns out, there are built-in redundancies.
But this guy was dead. Why is his house still?
Yes. Well, you never really bothered to burn down his haven, so we're doing it now.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I'm
you should
not
maybe
against
thank
it.
Benji. He's the one who remembered.
I will definitely
Yeah.
thank him. But yeah.
There was this
Killed the
moment where
guy.
Ben was like, "Wait a minute, did Hackett kidnap other people?" And he was like, "Fuck."
Did Hackett have a bunch of hostages?
Did
I
Hackett?
mean, yes,
Ben's just like,
he did.
So you've got options here. Now you could just smash through the glass. The glass door is transparent.
yeah, but that's tricky.
I mean, it's an electronic lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what will be required to hack at it?
Well, you either need to know the password or you gotta disassemble it. You could, of course, if Benjamin, do you have Allspecs free?
Yeah, he does.
You can spirits touch it and ask for the password.
Oh, I'm smart. I was like, I'm good
That works.
at this game.
That
Yeah,
works.
you know what? Let's do that. Ben's gonna just be like, he's gonna be standing there thinking like how to disassemble this, and he's like, "Wait, I'm a vampire. Wait." Spirits touch
Wait,
the.
I got this.
I'm not actually alive.
I'm not actually alive. Wait.
I'm not actually
I
a
was gonna
person.
say I do have some dots in computer, but not enough, I think.
Yeah, it's not one
As
of those
far as
things where it's
computer
like you
skill.
could attempt to hack it or break into it, but the problem is you need the tools to do that, right? So you can't really just, it's like you can't really hack into another computer if you don't have another device to hack into, right?
That's totally fair.
And
Actually, I don't have computer, but I have crafts mechanics and I have larceny.
So
See, my whole play was I have intelligence of computers. I can just wibble. But no, yeah, Ben's gonna be thinking about how to hack this computer. Ben will stop, just face palm, and then spirits touch the computer.
okay, so yeah, just roll me your I think it's intelligence plus empathy plus all specs. Let me double check.
I think it's wits for spirits touch.
It's one or the other. They change. They change. Is the
I
problem?
The first dot is wits, empathy. The second dot is intelligence, empathy, and then the third dot is back to what's empathy, I think. I could be wrong, however. Sorry, I just pulled the book too. Either way, it's still at least 9 to 11 dice. Like, oh, those were famous last words. That's what I said when Alric was like, "Yeah, Alec's really good at lying. What could go wrong?" And then I botched.
Yeah. For me, it's usually first roll of the scene. Oh, I got 11 successes. Okay, now I know I'm gonna die.
I know I'm gonna die.
Okay, so make me your beautiful rolls as I go looking for. That is not the correct bloody Requiem book. Why? Why are you doing
Requiem
this?
book is. Where is the Requiem book? Red Blood, Vampire, Supervising Scion, Changeling, C20, Vampire the Requiem.
I did tell Ben about the boat, right? With all the kindreds on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nobody knows where it is.
Nobody knows where it is. Ben knows about the boat.
I know.
He knows that it went missing.
Yeah. It's annoying that it
was
went
moved.
missing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Ben,
not like he would move one of the sources of his drug manufacturing when you found it. I mean, that would just be silly.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, and that's just not logical. He's an idiot, Hackett. That's why he's dead.
I want to believe that Hackett forgot to put the drop anchor on his boat and it just slowly drifted away for like months.
The Spirit's Touch involves wits plus occult plus Auspex.
Oh, okay, that's still 11. Okay.
So it's actually neither empathy nor intelligence.
Someone finds that boat drifting on the North Sea is like, what the fuck?
The second power is intelligence, empathy, right?
Level 2. Level 2 is intelligence plus empathy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where is the roller? I am blind.
You are.
Don't fucking sass me, Chris.
I've been doing it all night.
It's above Dice Roller 2, if that helps.
Oh, wow.
I say yikes from me, dog.
Yikes from me. Oh, 5 successes.
Oh, wow, exceptional success.
Nice.
Okay. So you can ask. I'll actually give you. I'll say this is the building. It doesn't have to be the electronic law. It can be the building. So you can ask it 5 questions, and you can you get a +1 dice bonus when using or interacting with the building for the rest of the scene.
Oh, yo.
Ask who entered it late.
So first one, the very easy, like the gimme is the what's the password? What's the password?
Password is 1, 2, 3, 1.
Oh wow.
Hold on. Need to make a thing for Hackett.
So you now know the password to just walk on in.
Internally, Ben is like, Hackett, you fucking tool.
Right.
Oh no, this is to get in this is to get in the apartment complex itself. Like multiple people. Like this is an apartment complex. Like loads of people in there. This is not actually Hackett's choice.
Whoever made this apartment, whoever is around Hackett is a fucking tool. Okay. So we got that for the building. Which kindred live here? This is a whole complex.
You don't sense any kindred that live here.
Okay.
So it's just Hackett. Maybe. Hackett had a lot of people under his employ. He had half a dozen kindred or so. They're a pretty large coterie, but most of them, if not all of them, are dead now.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I mean, logic dictates that the apartment that Hackett used for his experiments is the one that most of the electricity went to. So maybe you could ask that. I don't know.
You could ask, just a note, considering it, some trouble with the first door. Maybe where the spare keys are. Maybe.
Yeah, where are the stair keys? Listen, I was thinking about other questions, more big brain questions. Where are the spare keys? Is also spare keys for Hackett.
So, get a vision of a reception desk on the ground floor. You can actually see it through the window. You can see there is a back room just behind this reception desk in the foyer, and it's there where the keys are held behind another locked cabinet.
Another locked cabinet.
This uses a manual lock, not an electronic one, so you could just pick this one open. Much simpler.
Did Graves or a representative of Graves ever come here?
Ooh. You get a vision of a tall, bald man with dusky skin, dark shades, a striped suit, carrying a suitcase, a metallic suitcase, and looks otherwise plain. You see that he gets buzzed up to the apartment that you've been told is Hackett's haven. And it is there that you see them meet and exchange words. Hackett shows him the violet. You see this man take pictures of it and send it to somebody else across his phone. He then receives a message. Seems to confirm. Opens his own suitcase, to which there is an absolutely extortionate amount of money. They then exchange some parting words. It appears this investment is just the start of a ongoing trial period, judging by their conversation, and then vision ends as this man departs.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you the picture of the man real quick.
I guess. Are there any concealed rooms in this building?
This is the man, by the way.
That's not ominous.
So, sorry, what else did you wish to ask?
My notes. Are there any concealed rooms or hidden rooms?
Surprisingly enough, you sense no hidden rooms. You just see a simple apartment building, fairly lavish and large, but otherwise normal.
Fair enough. And that is all 5 of my questions.
Okay. So I've seen you buzz in that password.
Yeah. No, I do it backwards to get it wrong once. Be like, oh, fuck. And actually put it wrong.
You put the 3 before the 2.
Yep. Just once. Just be like, oh, damn it. Damn dyslexia. They put it in the right way.
You're a kindred. I don't think you can actually suffer from illnesses, either physical or mental.
Yeah, but yeah, Ben will. Moving sort of gesture for Alligat to come on in, trying to basically be like, yeah, I belong here.
Neither of you look like you belong.
Rip.
So, I've seen you make your way. You can sort of just make your way into the reception area. That's not too difficult. You can sort of force your way in through there. But getting to the cabinet in the back room is a bit trickier.
Gee.
You can just pick it open.
Yeah, Ben's gonna do the picky pick.
Yes. Now you don't have a lock-picking kit, do you? Because you're poor.
Probably not.
I mean,
I think it's a resource to purchase, and I think Ben only has resources 1.
Ben only has resources 1.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have resources. I don't think I do.
I think you do, actually. I think you got a large amount.
I have 3. I have the resources 3.
Yeah, you got a lot of money. You got a lot of money.
I do.
From I think it was actually from Stanford. But needless to say, so you can pick the lock, but you won't get any dice bonuses. The security of the lock is 2. Actually, I think the lockpicks do give you a +1 dice bonus, to be fair. Double check.
Yeah. And then I have a +1 bonus from my exceptional success with aspects when interacting with the building.
Yes, you do. You do get a dice bonus for that. You know this lock.
Nice.
This lock knows you.
Oh, saucy lock.
Do it. Well, if you need help with it, then give me a shout.
Yeah, might as well get the assist roll.
All right, I can do the assist roll.
Might as well, because I think at this point, because I know we have like similar dice pools, but I think I have 1 more now because of the.
Oh yeah, you can have a portable lockpick with you, which gives you a +1 dice bonus. So, in addition to your knowing the lock in the building and everything that happens within this building, you have a +2 dice bonus. However, the lock security is of 2, so you have a -2 dice penalty.
So it's not
And if I assist, then basically I roll and he gets to add my successes, right?
Yes. But you suffer the same die penalty that he does.
Yeah.
Okay. So -2, that makes 4 for me. Let me see if I can get you an extra dice. Probably not.
Oh, that's 1.
Oh, well, still 1 more.
Yeah.
So extra dice.
On dice cord.
You did
Oh,
it
I said
wrong.
6 roll. I did it in the wrong order.
Benji, why?
It happened.
I'm good at typing, Chris. I'm good at playing games.
Oh my.
Got 8 success.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you managed to break it open and you get the keys.
Oh, fantastic. We're gonna mosey on to Hackett's. I guess Ben would want to do this stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll probably just at this point be like in Offuscate, also trying to be like particularly sneaky.
Hmm.
Well, I won't be in Obfuscate because banger, I don't have it. But I will also do the sneaky thing.
Shock, surprise.
Right.
Who could have known?
Never saw that coming.
So, yeah, I know. It's just a really strange revelation. I didn't like. I'm sure you had it. So there's not really much point trying to sneak around, like physically. If you obfuscate, nobody will notice you. But for Alley Cat, you're going to be heading to a lift in a relatively open foyer that will take you to an open hallway. There's not really any places to hide, and attempting to hide will probably only make you look more suspicious. There aren't many people out, fortunately, so you don't really have to hide from many people.
Cool.
If any. Yeah. However, you do notice the security cameras. The computer that handles that actually is in the reception area. So you can look to hack into that if you wish. If you have the appropriate tools to do so.
I don't think I have.
Ben definitely doesn't.
No.
Well, you could ask the well, you did use Spirit's Touch in a building, and it can only be done once per scene.
Yep. Forgot about security. Big brain, so hard.
You could just rip out the hard drive.
Yeah.
Or attempt to replace it with another. The issue, of course, is then people don't realize a hard drive is missing, but...
I was gonna say, can't we make it look like a wire just kind of broke?
You know what you could do, Ben? You could fuck with Ben, make me an intelligence plus computer check.
Okay. Do I get the bonus for interacting with the building, or does the computer not count as the building?
+1 dice.
Okay. Maybe that random dot I put into the into computers would come in handy.
Yeah. Because you're just trying to get this computer to not work properly, and there are ways to do that. Unfortunately, you can't think of any.
There's a reason he failed computer science.
The dice cord just wants you to know it's just a random number generator. There's no hard feelings over this.
Nah.
So yeah, so there's a complication. You're on CCTV. Alley Cat's hooded, so they won't find anything. And as long as you don't have a blush of life, you're not really leaving any fingerprints.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that Ben will do at this point is just try to make himself seem like he's supposed to be here. Would Ben know that if he that this room's being recorded?
Probably.
Okay, fair enough.
You can see the cameras. They don't have the best angles, but they cover pretty much all of the space. There aren't many blind spots. It's a pretty secure building.
Yeah. Welp. Brain.
Does Ali can't have computers?
Yeah.
No. I've crafts mechanics.
That's unfortunately fixing a computer is not like fixing a car. You could break it in the same way, but that'd be very obvious.
Do I have anything else useful for that? I don't think I do.
Yeah, I think that it's just it's just a wash. Just
okay, well, then you can head on out.
Yeah. Ben will try to make it because I know that obviously it gets caught on.
It does, and you won't leave. The recording of you, like you're looking at it through the computer.
Yeah.
It's not clean, like your Kindred. You don't leave clean recordings. Your photos and your images. When photos are taken of Kindred, they're blurred. They're not quite right. There are identifying features that can be used, but they're not particularly clean. So if the only thing the police will have of you is this camera footage, they haven't got much to go off of.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Ben would just leave and be like, all right, whatever. And more or less just try to blend in and look like he's going to visit a friend.
So, just a tidbit, because it is often forgotten that Kindred don't show up properly on cameras, so
yeah.
Can be used by hunters, but is otherwise a detriment for most mortals. So yeah, you're able to make your way up through the up the lift. You head to the highest floor. Whole surprise.
So, did you have any big brain plans on how to do this, Ben? Ellie will ask when they're in the elevator.
To do what?
Uh-huh.
Apartment or fucking what?
Well, what are your plans besides breaking in?
Find out where he put all the fucking people.
Okay, check.
Probably on his boat, so there'll probably be some indicator of what happened to his boat, at least in one of his havens. Probably steal some of his notes, apparently, so anybody who attempts to recreate it a lot of time, etc.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Stanforth and maybe Morecambe won't be as happy, but like, I mean, this is a member of House Blackdoom. Like, they've more or less been disavowed from the city, so.
It's about time this experiment got cleaned up. How did you find this apartment, by the way?
I know people. We know the same people. Just gotta ask.
Fair enough.
Tell them that we killed Verve.
Huh. Okay. I'll remember that line. Worst pickup line ever.
Listen. Listen.
It's cool, yo. So you make it to the top of the lift. The top of the apartment complex. Not many. Well, there's really only one apartment on this floor. And it's the one with the door staring right at you as you exit. It's more like you exit into a foyer, which then leads immediately into the apartment itself. Of course, the door is still locked.
Ben's just gonna use the key and unlock the door.
Mm-hmm. You walk into a very luxurious, very postmodern looking apartment. Lots of things made of glass, massive hi-fi entertainment complex. Very indulgent, very ostentatious, very not like Hackett given what he wore when you interacted with him. He looked... Pardon?
No, I have a feeling it feels very much like Hackett. He's an ass.
Well, he looked very... He had a long brown trench coat and a stained suit and a disheveled tie. Everything here looks lovely and tidy and orderly and expensive. Not small time. This is the highlight. But Hackett looked like a used car salesman. But you are here. You can begin your search for information.
Ben's gonna begin that sweet investigation.
Yep.
All right.
I have some dots.
This place is yet to be emptied or looted, so, or perhaps more permanently scrubbed. So you get no penalties. In fact, Benji, you get a +1 dice. Your connection to the building guides you to places of importance within the building, within the apartment.
Fantastic. What's the roll, Chief? Intelligence
The roll is wits plus investigation. It's about awareness. You're looking for things, for evidence that may be of importance.
I can do this as soon as my computer is like... Sorry, my computer is being extremely slow. I'm still trying to get to the dice roller. Come on. I'm going to step over on my phone. It's not going to work. Oh, now you're doing it. Of course, when I grab my phone, it's like, oh.
Okay, so then you got 2 successes. I got 3. Despite your supernatural guidance, Alicat is a machine.
I have a nose
for things.
She has a very literal nose for things. You might say she's in the nose.
It's funny. She has a cough and he's happy.
Yeah. Anyway, lol.
That was funny.
So you both begin searching this. You both begin searching this apartment building. You begin looking through it, and you don't immediately find anything. You find his office. He has a separate office room. Just a desk and a computer and some filing cabinets. You don't find anything in the living room. You get to the bedroom. You begin looking around. You start turning the place upside down. You find a suitcase beneath his bed. Quite sturdy. It's metallic. There's a passcode lock on it.
That
You could just bust it open. Alley Cat could just bust it open with a Vigado.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bust.
Okay, so you just tear it open. So, firstly, the smell is distinct. You do see a small tablet of violet in the corner of the suitcase. And you see a bunch of papers. Anybody want to roll me intelligence plus science? Tablet papers. They appear to be scientific papers.
Well, that's probably not. No, that's not me.
Oh, that's not Ben either.
Oh, fuck.
Ben isn't the science guy.
You have intelligence though, right? Can you spend a willpower? Because like
I spend a willpower to get 3 extra dice to offset the unskilled penalty.
Which is -3, right? For
yeah, for mental skills it's -3. Because if you don't know something, you just don't know something.
I have 3 willpower left. I'll put me at 2, but yeah, I can do that.
I mean, I have intelligence too. You have more chance of getting this. I will roll my chance dice though. Don't get me wrong, but.
And is the big brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a single success. Ben's like, oh, I know what this is.
All right.
I'm gonna roll that chance die, but I don't think I'll get it because lols.
Closer than most. Closer than most. So, Benji, you've been looking through these papers and you're just a layman. Like, this is complex stuff, really complex stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are details sort of like for creating some sort of strange pump that feeds into a very large container. Would have absolutely no practical purpose for anything you can discern other than draining large amounts of fluid from someone and storing it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is it's not just one large pump, it's rather just a series of pipes that go through a series of individuals. It's clearly designed with kindred in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you look through the other papers, you see what appears to be the methodology required to create Violet. As you read through it, a series of complex mathematics, chemical reactions, and diagrams outline the process. But when you look down on the papers, you see a signature. It doesn't appear to be Hackett's.
What's the signature?
Secondly, yeah. Just getting the just getting the individual. So the signature load down is you know. There we go. Is MTH. M.TH. So it's initials. Why not?
Interesting.
The way it's written is quite sharp, large, but elegant.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably handwriting you'd recognize if you saw it again.
Fair enough. Is there a like intelligence politics where I could be like, thinking, you know?
Yeah, roll. Actually, no. Roll me intelligence plus. 1 second, actually, because this will require cacophony sounding.
Hey.
Hey. So.
Cacophony in the house.
So, yeah, roll me intelligence plus streetwise.
Ooh.
That's
far better.
Right? I can do this.
I'm like, yo, I have a dice pool.
Because you probably wouldn't be able to identify all these, like the average kindred without being in the know.
3 successes, boys.
Am I useful?
Both useful. We're both very useful.
Hey, we are useful.
Okay. So there aren't many kindred period, which means identifying them via initials and signatures and pseudonyms and the like isn't actually that difficult. There's really only one kindred with that series of initials. It hasn't showed up in the cacophony much, other than in a fairly derogatory sense. The individual is seen as very arrogant, almost very overconfident in themselves and their capabilities. And they're known as Meadow Thatcher. A neonate of the Order Jacor.
Meadow Thatcher?
I'll type it in the thing for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're generally across the cacophony. You don't hear much of them, but when they do show up, it's generally like, "Oh, look at this look at this smug asshole again, telling people what's what and correcting us on pedantic scientific issues which don't matter to the vast majority of us," sort of thing. Generally, people just going off into a rant about some sort of negative interaction they've had with them.
Yeah.
But never seen as anything more than just an annoyance, not a threat.
Mm-hmm.
People just generally find their smug attitude frustrating to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellie is gonna shoot pictures of all of this with her phone, by the way.
Okay.
So, you know. Where did you put the name in, by the way?
I put it in the StreamYard chat. There's also the computer in Hackett's office, which you could look into.
Yeah. Yeah, we could look into his computer. Fuck it. Yeah, because Ben still hasn't found what he really wants here, which is the location of that fucking boat.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can try and break into the computer.
Yep.
Don't really have the tools to easily do this in Resources 1. But with a computer, you could just try to hack it remotely. With some basic malware.
Yeah.
Another option would be to just take the entire computer, or at least the hard drive.
Yes, you could just rip out the hard drive.
Ben contemplates because he doesn't want there to be like extreme evidence that this place was touched. You know.
Mm-hmm. So far, you haven't left much of a mess. A lot of things can just be put back in their place and nobody would notice.
Yeah, but ripping out the hard drive though would be a pretty big one.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
True. But on the other hand, if there is information on his computer about this stuff, and if we want to destroy that information, you'll have to destroy the hard drive as well. Else anyone can just go in and, grab the same shit and start the experiment all over again.
Yeah, it seems that you can also look through the filing cabinets as well.
Yeah.
In the filing cabinets, you're able to find, because you got successes in your investigation check quite a lot actually, so. You're able to find copies of the original designs you found in the bedroom. You find that parts you see revisions of these designs adapted for the boat as well. You find lists, documents detailing buyers, and then you've got lists detailing which ones are kindred, which ones are ghouls, which ones are mortal. You've then got lists of who they're selling to and who their buyers are selling to. The vast majority of these faces are mortal, but further down the line, you definitely find that there are definitely some kindred who are buying of mortals, likely unaware, perhaps, or maybe just trying to give themselves some cover. One of the
Do you see people on those lists that are familiar?
Yeah, there are a few familiar buyers. One of which was the Harpy, who had an almost direct line to Hackett. She was separated only by a ghoul buyer. There's of course Ocean. She was buying off mortals.
Yeah, figured.
You find that there was also a number of kindred from the Invictus. A few notable figures were Ishane Karnik, Bo Wei, Kel Gildenest. That's about it. I don't see anybody else, at least, that are immediately recognizable. Those were just the ones that were the most obvious. There are a number of kindred on here that you simply haven't heard of, haven't shown up in the cacophony, or you know to be deceased now.
Yeah.
You do also notice that at one point, there were a few, there are a couple of Carthians that were buying off of one of Hackett's kindred proxies. From all the reports you've looked at, Hackett has not dealt to any kindred directly. Every purchase from a kindred has been through a mortal proxy. And some of these come very far down the list to the point where they're just petty drug peddlers. Still, Hackett seemed to have quite the operation and seemed to be extremely well informed as to where his drugs were going and whom they were going to. Yes.
I'm just gonna make sure that everything is photographed. Like, I want the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You actually notice Charlie was actually on the list of buyers, pretty far down.
Interesting.
She was the person who sent you on this goose chase to begin with, Alligator.
Yeah, but she also mentioned that she had used it or had bought it, so Ellie's not that surprised. And it helps for Ben to reference that is not the player character called Charlie, but an NPC.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Given your investigative talent and the fact that she told you, you have no reason to suspect that she was using it for nefarious purposes and was likely just trying to gather information on who was up the food chain.
Yeah.
There was also Hallam Chance, as he is known. The rather mischievous scoundrel that many of you know him to be. There are not many others. Those are the most recognizable faces on that list. It had grown to become quite popular, so there are quite a few kindred on this list, and a number of ghouls as well.
Yeah. We'll take the information.
You also get various, there are also files detailing correspondence with other kindred. Seems to be extortion or blackmail material.
Oh.
Is there actually anything about Julian?
There's nothing about Julian on here.
Is there anything about Hartwell on there?
No. Neither Hartwell nor Julian show up in these reports.
God damn it.
Might still be on the computer. Just saying.
You do find evidence among the files also of recordings between the Ordo. The conversations seem tense, and it appears as if the Ordo are attempting to probe Hackett for information. Hackett feigns ignorance throughout all of these conversations. You find some of these names have, or rather, you find posts basically behind all of the, or rather, in the front of all of these phone calls, because they're in a different part of the cabinet. There is a list of names that all appear on these. Phone calls or text calls, and some have been crossed out. Others have question marks against them. Others remain untouched. That is all you'll find within the filing cabinet. quite a lot there, quite a lot to sift through. It takes you about a good half an hour or so to go through it in detail.
Yeah.
Paperwork, as it turns out, does not get any better as a kindred.
Is there anything about the boat?
Nothing about the boat on the filing. There's no category for it that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
The boat is referenced within the files, but only in regards to what you already know of it.
Mm. Very well. But I'll just look at it like that's like, all right, we're gonna have to do something about the computer.
Oh yeah.
Just need to get into it.
Well, I think we need to get into it somehow, but also I think we will need to make the decision whether we are going to keep it this way or not. Like, you want to keep everything untouched, that's cool, but that also means that all the information that we have here can be, can get in more wrong hands. I hardly think that this is the only place that has this information, but I do feel the less people know about this, the better. Like, about the details. Like, how to produce this fucking stuff.
Alright. Let's see what's on the computer first.
Okay.
Let's try to.
Do you want to give it another try, or do you want me to try it? AKA, which one of us is going to spend the fucking willpower for it?
How good are you with computers?
I know how to turn it on and off again.
Okay.
Like, I can't do anything with computers, so I would have to go on luck.
I'll do it.
How good are you with computer?
I took computer science at Manchester University. I did not do well in the course, though I did take the course.
Good for you for actually going to fucking university.
Yeah, I got bored and then became it's a long story. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll have time for long stories afterwards.
Ben will attempt to break into the computer. What am I rolling, Chief?
All right. So, roll me your intelligence plus computers. The defense of the computer is 3, so you do 2 dice.
So I put to 1. I get the additional from the building, and then willpower puts me to 5.
Yes.
Oh, it's time to.
I believe in you.
I think you have a resource 1 computer, which I believe gives you +1 dice as well. Let me double check. Let me double check for you.
What book would that be in? Chronicles or in Requiem?
It's in the Requiem book. I don't think Chronicles actually has properly listed equipment. It just has like tools for you to make your own. Come on, where's personal computer? Yes, +1 dice to use a resource 1 personal computer. You've got, well, like a laptop from the early 2000s.
It's a really shitty laptop, but it'll do.
It's a really shitty laptop.
Just never got rid of it from that computer science class.
It's your good luck charm.
It's a good luck charm. It's the computer I stole from Manchester University.
Oh, God.
We got there. We got there, boys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Okay, you break in. Takes you some effort.
The gears turn in Ben's head.
But yeah, you manage to use your computer skills to break in. So you manage to log in remotely via the use of your own laptop.
Mm.
So, you can start going through the files on this computer. There's quite a bit here. It's actually very well organized. Similar to the filing cabinets, just everything immaculately well placed. This is the sort of filing that you'd expect from some sort of administrative professional. And you start going through it. And you find digital copies of just about everything you've been through so far, except the original documents that were under the bed.
Mm.
Those are not on here. You start going through transcripts or personal correspondence again. There are emails.
Mm.
Similar stuff as to what you've seen before, but they also involve plans to expand, or involved plans to expand. From the entirety of London, which was largely successful, all the way across the rest of the country. Apparently, plans had already been set into motion to expand the Slough, or at least find a buyer there. Needless to say, these correspondences are abruptly cut short, or at least don't reach any real conclusion, given that Hackett was quite visually dealt with. And so, the last email was one spoken in code with Mr. Gildeneth about drugs. But, well, there is no response from Hackett. As for the boat that you're so desperately looking for, there is actually a whole series of there is a whole folder dedicated to the boat. It seems Hackett had written up a rotation that he would have the boat sail to different points along the Thames and would sleep within it at different points during the month at a fairly irregular, at a very regular schedule. He would have it dock up at different points along the Thames, sometimes completely outside of Invictus territory, but nobody would go looking for a random boat. That just showed up one night. And he'd just have a vehicle there because he already knew where it was going to be, and then have a driver drive him back to Invictus Domain and both sail up somewhere else, etc., etc. Then there's the other boat, and that's the one with the prisoners. That one ran on a completely different route, on a completely different schedule. And in fact, you see multiple schedules. It seems it was changing every single month. He seemed to have a set schedule for where his haven would go to, but for this boat, he had it. He seemed to have it changing its schedule every month. It will go to completely different places every month. You've got the latest one, but obviously since Hackett's done and gone, it's a bit out of date. It's probably somewhere in one of the 5 separate locations that are listed on this route. So you've got 5 places to go and check.
All right.
You also don't know what it looks like. No images are provided.
Ben just probably says, well, that's a start. Now we should also probably get rid of this computer.
Can we download the files on your computer?
It's a very old computer.
It would take approximately 12 hours.
Okay, just rip out. Let's just fucking rip out the hard drive. Like, I really don't have the patience to wait here for fucking 12 hours.
Ben will take some notes on both chips, and then
you can download that which is most pertinent. You don't need to download everything. It will take a while because the computer is old. Such is the life of a resource one kindred. But you can do it. So you get the most important files. You get the boat routes. Seems like he was also using the Thames to smuggle some of the drugs out of the city as well. Seems like he had a cute little maritime operation up along the River Thames.
Hey, Chris, given that I have resources 3, would it make sense to have like a hard drive with me, given what we're doing, investigating and shit? I actually do have the resources to buy something like that.
I'm not allowing any.
Okay, that's fair.
Any like purchases in the middle of the scene because that's very meta. I'm just allowing the PCs to have a bare minimum level equipment for the scene because it would be assumed that you did at least have a bare minimum. But for anything additional, that needs to be declared prior to the scene.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, do you know different locations that you can check with this?
Would it be possible?
It's going to take you some time and you don't know where the boat is, and well, you've been here for quite a while, so.
Yeah. Ben just delete System 32. I didn't laugh maniacally.
You could. Keep in mind, if you don't want to leave evidence of you actually being here, you probably don't want to tamper with the PC at all. The only thing you probably want to do with the PC is erase any information that the computer was logged into at this time, which is only somewhat possible. It's very difficult to erase everything on a computer. There's always going to be something that's recovered. There's actually something I learned from a police friend of mine. But yes, so you can try to erase as much information as you can of your own presence on this computer, and then leave it at that. And maybe delete pertinent files relating to the production of Violet. The revised designs are on here, the revised manufacturing method, but that's it.
Yeah,
you could also just alter a few things in the files so that it becomes useless.
You could also, just vandalize it.
Yeah, the Carthian way
of course,
vandalize.
You have you have no science. You have 0 science, don't you?
Nope.
So I'm gonna say that if you had a lot of science, you'd be able to do that. But you are looking at this from a very layman, like from the perspective of a layman. You can't really edit it without making it obvious it's been edited, because you don't really understand any of the formulas or mathematics behind this. If you just start pumping in random numbers, people are going to realize pretty quickly that somebody clearly messed with this.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, I guess just deleting them to make it harder for whoever comes here. Just be the best play at this point.
That's fair. Yeah, you can try and delete them to the furthest extreme that you can. Shouldn't take you too long or take too much effort. Once you're done with that, you can just shut down the computer, break your connection, erase any evidence that you were connected at all. Again, some will remain because it's just impossible to wipe everything from the computer, but
yeah,
you can do a fairly good job scrubbing yourself from this system.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, we gotta clean this place up. Then we gotta take the fucking briefcase with us. Because that shit's busted.
Yeah. Sour.
No, it's fine. It was a combination lock. You know.
I assume you take the suitcase with you.
Yeah, we take the suitcase.
Yeah. Take relevant files, take computer files. Sounds all good. You try to make everything look like it's been untouched. For the most part, that's easy. It's not you're not exactly literally scrubbing this place with bleach and chemicals and doing everything up to make it look sparkling tidy. But it's, for two people who just broke into a place, it doesn't really look like it's been tampered with at all.
Yeah.
You didn't really turn over that much to begin with. From there, you can simply close the door, lock it, make your way down, squeeze into the reception desk, put the backup keys away, pick that back so it looks locked, and then take your leave.
Easy peasy. All right. We need to free the prisoners.
Yeah. You want to go and hit some of those locations now? I don't know how much time we have left.
Ben will
the nights are long, but you've got to check 5 locations, and that's going to take you a lot of time, given that you don't know what the Bible looks like.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take you the rest of the night. You can probably narrow it down.
I mean,
unless you get very lucky, you'll probably. Yeah. Okay. Then I think if it's all right with you two, we can end the scene there as Benji and Alley Cat narrow down their search before the sun rises, as it becomes apparent just how long the nights have become. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.